All right, well, we got our new little supply here today of some new birds. Got a bunch of chickens, 8 little chickens in here, and they slid off the top of this. Oh, you poor guys. And then we got a couple ducks hidden in here too. Believe it or not. And a dog. The dog's got to be in here. But there's 4 ducks and 8 chickens, little birds. That one's eating the other one's butt. That's kind of gross. But okay, something to peck at. Anyway, maybe I can get one of these little ducks to come out of here. They're kind of terrified. We got khaki Campbells. And they're a little bit on the bigger side for a duck. Whoa! Hey, calm down, little duck. I know you're scared. Maybe you know what to expect. Back in the box. We figured we'd leave the box so they can kind of hide in there. Probably gonna end up crushing each other if we leave them in there for too long. Maybe I can prop this side so they can't crush the box. That might help, then they won't be able to crush the lid down. Now they're starting to eat. We just got them home like 5 minutes ago. Now they're gonna eat a little bit and drink a little bit. For now, we'll put the other water dish in there, another food tray once I find it. It's laying around here somewhere. The dog is awfully interested. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, this is our little response. We always have chickens floating around here on the property, but we figured we'd get a couple extra, being that this coronavirus is going on. Who knows what is going to happen. So to have some extra protein growing on the land, kind of a big perk. Now this duck almost looks like it might be getting too hot. Yeah, they are. They're getting hot. They're panting. So we got to watch the heat of this. I'll get some water. Here you go. No way! Maybe turn the heat light on that we have up there. Yeah, that one will work. That'll give them enough light for now. And yeah, we have them in the bathroom just for a day or two. And it's just enough time to let them get a little bigger. Now these guys, once they actually have their wings, you can see these little tiny starter wings, but they actually have to have full feathers before they could be out in any kind of temperatures. So you want to supplement their heat. Other than that, they grow pretty quick, especially these ducks. These ducks are probably, I don't know, a good week old or so, being that size. They do grow pretty fast. Right? I wonder if they're just hot. You're getting some life now, huh? Where's the other duck? One more. Yeah, you're all hiding in there, playing around. Not sure what to do. Well, I'll just lay in the food, sit in the water. Great stuff, these animals. A lot of fun. And they have their own unique personalities. Most of these are just pullets and sexed birds. 2 of these are straight runs, which is a gamble whether it's going to be a rooster or not in there. And if it is, well, you got to do your duty as a farmer to kill your chickens or your roosters if you have to. We do have a video on that if you want to check that out. But overall, well, follow along. I'll show you what else you can do to these things. And as we grow up a little bit from this size, we have another little coop that we use as like a chicken tractor to move them around in the yard. And it's kind of small, which will be perfect for this many birds while it's cold out. And I can still have the heat lamp in there to keep them warm until we move them into the full-size coop. And like I said, we'll keep them in this box here. Well, at least till they can fly, because otherwise they're going to fly out of here. They don't need much, just food, water, and some heat. And a dog to bother them.
Yeah. Maybe we have to clip their wings.
Yeah, they'll be best friends before you know it.
Yeah, they will.
There they go. All 4 ducks are out. Khaki Campbells. Okay, well here they are all situated. Their food and water. Hanging out all sleeping together. Some happy little birds right there. Okay. Wow. Let's go check out this chicken tractor now. Oh man, well this is what's left of our chicken tractor here. We kind of had it stored back here in this little spot, sitting for a while. That's the roof. And needless to say, it's been a few years since this has been used, and I think it's seen better days. Well, anyway, it did work really well. If you look at it, you can kind of get the gist of it. The bottom was always open. I had 2 layers of mesh here, kind of offset just enough to help keep out as many critters as possible. It had a little door here that you could prop up easily so the chickens could go in and out. Around here, this is where it gets really cool. This is an old wheelbarrow here, and I cut the legs off of it, flipped it over, and then this is where the wheels went. There was one on this side and one on this side. Worked. It's kind of slick. And then you can see this is how the angle was for the arms. So you just pick up like this, and you could pick the whole thing up and walk it along just like a wheelbarrow. And then you'd set it down and you'd be right tight to the ground here. It was a really neat little setup. This was it's still on hinges, you can see, to lift the roof. And I had a door here as well that, you know, that just kind of crumbled apart. You can see it's pretty rotted. I mean, God, this thing's old and it's been neglected. It just had a plywood roof. Old rough sawn pine that's at least 15 years old or better. But I guess, well, that puts an end to what we were going to use, the chicken tractor. Unless we make another one, I don't know. Probably just burn all this, get rid of it, and start over with something new. But that's what you got to do with chicks and ducks, and well, we'll figure out what we're going to do with them from here, and probably just put them in the coop, clean the coop out, and they'll go in there for now. All right, well, we're over here at our chicken coop. She volunteered for the lovely duty of cleaning it out, which I can't like be happier, so that's awesome. Needless to say, this is our chicken coop. There's a good layer of crap in there, and you kind of want that if you look at it. It's a bunch of wood chips and hay and a poop all mixed together. And what it does in the winter time, it kind of breaks down and adds a layer of insulation and heat to, you know, keep them slightly warmer. But this is our coop. We're gonna add a couple more roosts for them so they can climb up high. And we have windows in it. And the door is also glass so that they can see out from there. Kind of neat. Simple little coop. I guess if you want to start doing the shoveling duties, I'd put the wheelbarrow right here. So what you want to do is when you're cleaning this stuff out, you can't put this directly into the garden or you will burn the plants. What you need to do is you need to let this stuff sit, and we have a little spot over here where we dump all this stuff every year. So we will dump this next to it and put the other stuff in this, and then you put that in the garden for this year. It should be all ready to go. So if we come around to this side of the chicken coop, we have this cage, and I should probably put a little attention to this cage. But the point of this was to give the chicken somewhere to go that's protected away from animals, and they can come out here and dig around for worms and whatever. Kind of neat. Once we get them out here, I'll show you how this all works. And this took a short period of time to build. This is all the leftover fence from all the trees around here. When we planted trees 20 years ago, wrapped them all with 10-foot layers of fence. So that made a little loop. Some of them have 20-foot circles. So when you unfold them all, this is what you're left with, are pieces like this. So I was able to build this to that size and reuse all the wire. Granted, I guess we have new trees we're planting, so we'll be doing that again in another video. Check it all out. But that's what you got to do. We have a pond over here for the ducks, and hold on.